Hello everyone and welcome back to the Velocity channel, where this is your bridge to financial freedom. Today, someone actually wrote to me and said, I need you to help me eliminate my debt. These are the numbers, and I want you to know, just like this person is going to know, how to eliminate your debt with the income that you have, with the cash flow that you have. And it's going to be fun because you don't have to have $1 million to take out your debt. All right. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, please like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world can know the power of Velocity Banking. And really, all Velocity Banking is knowing how to financially allocate with strategies and tactics. All right. So this is just one of many tactics that you'll learn as a member of the Velocity channel. Here, let's go ahead and give you an overview of what we did to help eliminate this person's debt. We do have credit cards. We do have a loan, as you can see, and we're working with income, right? We're working with the expenses. This is real life that we are getting into. So let's go ahead and give you an overview of what we have as far as the debt obligations are concerned. All right. The credit card here is at $3,376. She does have another credit card. $642 is the balance on that one. And then we have the $1,225, as well as that loan for $11,124. Now, as you can see, we have interest rates, but there are no interest rates on two of the credit cards. That's going to be very important as we go through. And then, of course, on the loan, it's 10.14%. Now, we also have minimum monthly payments. Okay, now if you don't know how to pay your minimum monthly payments, that's what's keeping you broke. That's what's keeping you in lack. We want to change that right here on this video. All right. So we do have the $100 a month for the credit card, and then the $25 a month for credit card 1, $50 a month for credit card 2, and $250 a month for that loan. Now, before we go any further, do you know that the simple interest that is calculated on the credit cards is much different than the amortized interest that is calculated for the loan? That's right. In the lending world, 6 is greater than 21. Let me go ahead and write that down, and I'll explain that to you in just a little bit. 6 in the lending world. Okay. There's a finance math that we weren't taught. All right. And in the lender's world, 6 can be greater than 21%. Okay, let's go ahead and add that 21% sign there. This is going to be very important. When you know what your loan is, meaning how it's calculated, it changes the whole direction of how you'll pay it. Okay, now let's keep going further here. We are working with an income of $3,896 a month. And then we have the expenses, $2,200 each and every month. That leaves us with a cash flow of $1,696 a month. Now, do you know how to calculate cash flow? That's right. Income minus expenses equals the cash flow. Now, what we did for this person, it may be different for you, and that's why we need to make sure that you write your numbers down, right, as a member of the Velocity channel, so that we can give you a customized solution with all the directions so that it's one and done. You don't have to be a continual paying member to get your own roadmap. Nope, you'll actually know how to do the roadmap as well. That comes with the membership. So $1,696 each month. How are we going to deploy that in order to get the most out of that? We need to get rid of our debts, don't we? All right. You see that $100 a month? What we need to focus on is capturing that $100 a month, because what we've done is we've ran all of these, right, the lines of credit and the loans, through something called a cash flow indicator. All right. Cash flow indicator is going to be, and this is how it's divided, your loan balance or line balance divided by your minimum monthly payment. Okay, that's going to be your CFI. The closer this number is to 0, that is what you need to take care of immediately. All right, so let's go ahead and run it through. right? These loans right here, you see this? We're running them through, all right? That means we've taken these loans, right? These lines of credit, and we've run them through this calculation, and it's going to give us a number. Let's see what that number is. Okay, so we went ahead and we've ran it through the calculation here, the loan balance divided by the minimum monthly payment, and we have 4 different numbers. Now, the first one is going to be 33, right? Now, remember, I told you the loan that's closest to 0, okay? The loan that's closest to 0, which 33 would be about right here. Since this is 50, this was 100, and then this one is 0, all right? So we have loan number 1, line of credit, 33. We have another one at 25, okay, which is less than 33, right? And then the other one, the other credit card is going to be 24. And you're wondering, okay, well, CJ, you just said that the lowest one, right, is the one that we actually have to get rid of first. Why aren't you doing that? Well, I see a factor here, right? A factor of 0. You see, you and I both know that it's the banks that like to capitalize off of something, and that something is interest. But if you're at 0% interest, right, do you have to be as concerned with these as you do with the other ones? All right? No, not as concerned. And that's why we're paying off our loans, right, like we are. So we're starting with the 33%. And someone already called it in. So we're starting off at the 33 for the CFI, and we're starting with that one. But this is how we're getting it done, okay? Since we have the cash flow of $1,696, what we want to do is we want our cash flow working for us instead of against us. Now, I don't know if this person is spending their cash flow on shoes or other things, but may I invite you to increase your cash flow, right, by making sure this cash flow goes towards this credit card. If you do, it's only going to take you 2 months to pay off $3,376, thereby capturing that $100. Now, granted, it is a credit card. You don't have to be concerned with the cash flow on this because you can pay, borrow. All right. So our next assignment is going to be making sure that we get rid of this. All right. This cash flow sucking loan here, $11,124. Remember, we no longer have to be concerned with this card. We've paid it off with our cash flow. Now we're going to be focusing on this loan. Now remember, this loan is an amortized loan, okay? That means we need to get out of it as quickly as possible. Now what we want to do is we want to look at what we have, $1,696, and how are we going to get rid of this? Well, what we want to do is we want to put as much to the principal as possible. All right. So that means you can do it like this. You can subtract $1,696 from the $250, and what's left over, you place that towards the principal. Or if you want to, you can just go ahead and hammer the whole thing with $1,696 towards the principal, okay, and continue to pay that $250 each month. If you were to do that, okay, either one, you'll get out of that loan in approximately 7.7 months. So taking these two into account, month 1 and month 2, we'll just go ahead and abbreviate it with M1 and M2. It took you 2 months to get rid of that. It's going to take you approximately 7.7 months to get rid of this, okay? Altogether, you're done with this loan in month 10, okay? Month 10, you are done. And now you have freed up $250 extra. Now let's go ahead and add that to, because remember, you paid off a loan. And with a loan, you're paying and you're not borrowing, right? You're paying with a loan. You got to pay them back. With loans, it's only one direction, and that is away from you. All right. We want to make sure that we know that our cash flow is our weapon. That's where we are destroying these loans with our cash flow instead of just having it stagnate there and just sit there in an IRA and a savings account. Let's free up $250 each month in 10 months. Oh, I got a question for you. Has your IRA performed as good as that? At the end of 7.7 months, at the end of 10 months, let's just round up. At the end of a year, does your IRA give you $250 each month? Well, your debt does, all right? Let's get rid of the debt. $250 each month, what is that going to equal? Let's do the math together. Let's make sure we have a boundary here. So there's order, 6, 4, 8, 9, $1,946 each and every month now in cash flow. Let's go ahead and make sure these are done. If we added these together, what would that be? $1,867. Can we get rid of $1,867 in 1 month? We have $1,946. Yes, we can. So this $1,946 will be getting rid of both credit card 2 and credit card 1 for a total of about a year, getting rid of all of these debts, okay? Using your cash flow. It's very powerful because when you are focusing on the principal balance, and you're using your cash flow to destroy the principal balance, you can actually have more of a return than even the most successful, one of the most successful IRAs. And I challenge any financial advisor, any one of them, to show me an IRA, right, that can outperform paying off your debt in this way. Come on. $250 a month, passive income, we need that. Now, $1,946, now that you are done with all of your debts, you're still not done. Yes, you're done with all of your debts. And I want to get out of the way so you can capture this on screenshot, okay? Yeah, you're done with all of the debts, but you're still not done. You know why? Because we need to now have this cash flow that's coming in each month. We need to replace the income, the earned income, with passive income. Are you guys ready for that? Are you ready to learn about that? No charge. Would you like to see that? Would you like to know how to turn your earned income into passive income? Passive income is income that comes in. You don't have to go to the cotton fields to earn a living. You don't have to drive miles away to earn a living. You don't have to make sure that a boss is pleased to earn a living. It's passive income. So you get paid whether you go into work or not. Passive income. Wouldn't you like to replace the earned income of $3,896 with passive income? Let me know if you're ready for that, all right? Because we're definitely ready for it, okay? We're ready to teach you. We're ready to share with you, all right? Go ahead and make sure that you are paying with your number one weapon for debt elimination, which is your cash flow. Remember how to do it. We are aiming at the principal balance. We're not wanting to pay the way the bank wants us to pay. We want to make sure that we're paying correctly, okay? Folks, let me know if you want me to do yours. Go ahead and become a member of the Velocity channel, and we'll go ahead and get your debt elimination road plan together there for you. And of course, you have 24/7 access to me when you do. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.